in the show with, because Nigel is now joining in to explain how would all of this impact these stocks. Nigel.
Well, that's right. The metal index has taken a sharp knock as the Supreme Court has allowed states to collect the past dues in the form of royalty and taxes from April 2005. Well, the only relief is that the tax arrears can be paid over 12 years, and that's starting April 2026, without interest or penalties for the prior periods. Now, following the judgment, the states can now generate additional revenues in the form of taxes on mining activities and on the land that's used to conduct these activities. Let's move to the stock focus then and the stock impact. The biggest loser is Tata Steel, as it has provisioned 17,300 crores as a contingent liability against the claims by state of Odisha if applied retrospectively. This is what's happened, right? Now, this 17,300 crores, it amounts to nearly 10% of the current market cap. But keep in mind, the stock has been weak post the Q1 FY25 results, when they did give out this number of around 17,300 crores. Hindalco, well, they spoke to us here at CNBC-TV18, and they said if the taxes are levied retrospectively, then it's unlikely to affect them, as they do not have any kind of pending claims.
The contingent liability is something that has been on our books for the last many, many years. So every year, if you look at the annual report, it has always been carried. So it's not anything fresh. I think we thought it was good practice for us to be transparent about that. But having said that, the impact is far more than Tata Steel. And I think the impact is on power cost, because coal prices will go up. Impact is on iron ore, impact is on bauxite. So there is a larger impact across the economy, and that's a larger concern. On an ongoing basis, that what in the past the state had planned to tax, I think the impact would be about 1,500 crores a year. But honestly, we are waiting for more clarity on the the ask as well, because the laws were not notified in some of the states too, and so there's a lot of work which still needs to be done before we get to some specific numbers.
I think on the retrospective bit, because that can only happen if you have been served a demand. So we do not see any exposure on the retrospective bit. On the prospective part, it certainly we will be in the same boat as most of our mining compatriots, because if the state increase their royalties, then that will add to the cost of the mining. And hence, our cost structures will go up, and ultimately the consumer will pay. So I hope that the increase in royalties are done in a more thoughtful manner is the only thing I can say.
We have to wait for Supreme Court's decision whether it will be retrospective or prospective. As far as we are concerned, we don't have much on any side unless some new taxes or new cess comes up. So our books are clean that way. As far as whether it's a state government or central government, everybody has to ensure that economic activities happen in a very productive manner, and nobody would like to kill the goose that lays the eggs, right? So it's a matter of time. I'm sure every government will judge it in a very, very matured manner. It's not only us, entire mining sector, including government-owned mining companies, will also be affected by any adverse judgment which does not put economic criteria ahead of just tax collection.
Well, we also got a reaction coming in from Rakesh Arora, who said that the companies with exposure to Odisha, Jharkhand, as well as Tamil Nadu, they'll have to bear the brunt. He also said that the total estimate for overdue cess is about 2 lakh crore rupees, of which the PSUs alone account for around 60,000 crores. He also added that there might be some kind of leeway that could possibly come about for PSUs by some states. Besides mining companies, well, he believes that cement companies as well that have exposure to Tamil Nadu in particular, they could get impacted. And those companies could include the likes of India Cements, that's now taken over by Ultratech Cement, as well as Ramco Cements.
One is obviously Odisha, where Tata Steel mines are. The other is Jharkhand. And the third one is probably Tamil Nadu, because this whole thing, emerged from a case which India Cement had against the government of Tamil Nadu, where Tamil Nadu government had put some cess on limestone mining. So I think all the companies who have mining, assets in these three states are going to be hit quite badly by this retrospective, tax which Supreme Court has allowed. Total estimate for this kind of cess which is overdue. Some industry analysts have put it at around 2 lakh crore, and in the Supreme Court, one of the Solicitor General had said that for the PSU companies itself, the impact is 60,000 crore. So we are talking about big numbers here.
Well, Phillip Capital's note says that all captive mines will be impacted, and they have quantified the impact at 2 to 6% on steel companies' market capitalization, while for aluminium companies, they believe the impact can be marginal at just 1 to around 2%. They added that the stock price correction presents a buying opportunity on select stocks, which include JSW Steel, JSPL, and SAIL, while they say that Tata Steel is the most effective from the cash flow perspective, followed by Hindustan Zinc as well as Vedanta. For now, Tata Steel is the biggest loser, but we'll wait for clarity on whether PSUs get some kind of leeway, particularly Coal India, since higher taxes will impact power cost ultimately. Also, prospectively, which states will levy taxes and what is the quantum? That's something that the street will look forward to.
Nigel, thanks a lot for that very detailed explanation of all of that has been happening on the mining tax case. But time for a short break here on